Hey everyone, for today's workout, it will be a lower body and core focused 10-minute exercise burner. All you'll need is a pair of moderately heavy dumbbells, a mat, and yourself. So if you're still doing a good job of social distancing yourself, this will be, excuse me, I can't even talk right now. This will be a fantastic workout to get a little bit of a booty burn, work your legs, because you should never skip leg day regardless of what some bros say. And we'll get started. Let's begin with our warm-up here, alternating pulling each knee up for some high knee pulls. Drive your knee towards your chest, pull with your hands, feel your hips and glutes stretch out below you at your hips. Keep a nice, smooth breathing cadence here, 10 seconds left. Let's set our intention for today. Our legs and core will be burning, but that's what we're here for. 3, 2, 1. Excuse me. Next exercise. We'll step back. We'll begin with a crawl out as we walk out onto our hands and then push right back up onto our feet. Rise up nice and tall. Feel your hamstrings stretch out as we keep our legs nice and straight as we walk out and push up right back onto your feet. Roll your spine up as you go and stand. If you need to bend your knees to get down and up, that's okay, but try and keep them as straight as possible. Only 10 seconds left. Almost through. 3, 2, 1, and take a little step forward. We'll begin with some reverse lunges here. Stepping back, alternating each leg. Keep your hands clenched together as if you're holding dumbbells. And lunge your back knee down as close to the floor as possible without touching. That way constant tension stays there. We call it TUT, which stands for time under tension. We can keep our muscles active the entire time. There's no break, which if we touch our knee to the ground would cause. 3, 2, 1. Now we'll get up into some jumping jacks. Pretty simple. Just keep our heart rate up, heart rate going, and then we'll take a short little break before we begin the first round. Now move as quickly as you can here to finish. Drive your heart rate up. This is meant to get some sweat going. This is meant to start to feel more challenging. 5 seconds left. Keep going. 3, 2, 1, and bounce. Now remember, every time we're resting or transitioning, or I'm demonstrating an exercise and you may not feel ready to start yet, or you take a little break, make sure you stay active, moving your feet side to side, marching in place, bouncing into an athletic bounce, whichever feels more comfortable for you. That way you can get an active recovery by resting your body, resting your muscles, but keeping your heart rate in a low aerobic base at the same time too. First exercise here to start off. We'll grab one dumbbell, hold it at our dumbbell head, squatting down for a goblet squat. Let's begin. Drop down nice and deep. Squeeze your glutes as you stand up nice and tall. Pretend as if that weight is pulling your body down all the way to the floor, and do your best to get your butt down as if you're trying to tap the floor beneath you. 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1. Next exercise, we'll grab our dumbbell, similar to what we went through in our warm-up, alternating reverse lunges here, just with the weight. Join me as we step back and forth. Now, if you want to pick up the challenge here a little bit, when you stand up, balance on that foot that you stand on until you're ready to switch. It's already a unilateral exercise, but this just adds a little bit more of a dynamic balance element. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Next exercise, holding our dumbbells out in front of us. Feet hip width apart as we hinge our hips back for a deadlift. Let's work. Inhale as you move back. Exhale as we drive our hips forward, squeezing your glutes as we stand up at the top. We've already engaged our hips, worked our quads. Now we're working our hammies and our butt even more. Eyes on me. Nice neutral neck. Looking forward here. 3, 2, 1. Now drop your dumbbells. We'll get down into a side plank on our left side arm below your shoulder, press up to your feet, and let's hold this position here. Now, if you need to, you can drop down to your knees, pull your knees back, but if you feel you're up to the challenge, get your feet up, stack them on top of each other, press your hips up toward the ceiling, and do your best to hold this. You should feel your lateral core here, closest to the floor, start to fire. 5 seconds left, then we'll rotate to the other side, and switch. Side plank coming back on the right, and press up. If you want to challenge yourself even more here, you can raise your top hand up, you can raise your top leg up, and keep that position steady as best as possible. Regress it as you need to your knees. Take it as you feel comfortable. I'll join everyone else who's up on their feet. And keep your head up. So your neck's in a nice, safe position. 3, 2, 1, and turn over for reverse crunches. Hands under our butts. Lay your head back, knees bent. Press your feet up towards the ceiling. Bring them down back to a bent position and drive those hips all the way up like you're trying to touch the wall, the ceiling above you, a fan above you. Do your best to drive your hips up off the ground. If you don't feel comfortable with that, or maybe your lower back's starting to bother you, just push your knees up and out. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All the shoulders. Take a few deep breaths. Reset your mat if you need to, or you're like myself and it keeps moving on you. And then we'll begin for the second round. For many out there that see me with my hair up, a lot of times I like to wear a hat when I exercise because it keeps my hair nice and tame. Because I'm terrible at making a bun on my own, man, it gets a little sweaty. I don't know how people work out with their hat facing forward and a big fitted. What's up, everyone? Remember, you can follow along at all my social media here at Chris Poirier-Kim. Pop in, say hello. Maybe you got some feedback on some content that you want to see, or you just want to say hi and chat. You know I'm always down to talk. I won't take up any more of your time though. Let's get back to the video. Anyway, turn over now, back onto our backs. We'll begin with some glute bridges for the second round. Pressing your hips up and bring them back down. Work here with me now. Squeeze your glutes as you drive them up. Drive your hips up toward the ceiling. If you want to challenge yourself even more, alternate each leg for an alternating single leg glute bridge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay on the mat, hands under your butt, legs out in front of you, alternating scissor kicks here. Now as you're moving your feet, the foot that's closest to the ground, try and keep it as close to the ground as possible without touching, and raise that leg, the opposite leg straight up. Keep them both legs extended and as straight as possible. If you feel you're up to the challenge, raise your shoulders up a little bit off the ground. But if your lower back says that's a no-go, just keep your hands right up under your butt. 3, 2, 1. Now, stay down, pull your feet in, press them together, hands down by your side, butterfly bridge here. Let's work. Press your feet into each other, similar to a glute bridge. Press your hips up, but now you'll really be able to feel the inner part of your butt start to squeeze and contract. Honestly, squeeze your glutes like you're trying to hold in a fart when you press your hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next exercise, raise your feet towards the ceiling, arms up towards your feet. Raise your hands up for some toe touches now. If you can't reach your toes, get as close as possible, like you're trying to reach for your ankles. Keep your legs up, fully extended. If you don't feel comfortable with them extended, keep your knees bent and just crunch up. Either way, your upper abdominals are going to be working overtime. 3, 2, 1. Now we'll turn over. What's called grasshoppers. Pull your feet up, resting on your hands. Lift your feet towards the ceiling. Squeeze your butt the entire time. Do your best to get your thighs off the ground. Pausing for a split second as your thighs get up, off the mat, off the floor. Keep your feet together as best as possible. If you don't feel comfortable raising up like that, just try and raise each leg up, one after the other. 3, 2, 1. Now we'll switch. Last exercise, we have an alternating 3-point plank as we press up into a plank position, alternating, raising each opposite leg. It's a little bit easier if you're on your hands to do this. You want to challenge yourself more, stay on your elbows. Remember though, keep your hips nice and low, nice and even with your shoulders. You don't have to lift your legs too high, just enough to squeeze your butt on that side. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work, everyone. Give yourself a little pat on the butt. Good game. I'll see you for the next workout. Have a great day.